Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
But tell me, Eddie, is that a rabbit in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Yep, after a brief hiatus, we are back. Basically. Just like always.
Yes, we'll always come back.
We're like a bad penny. We always turn up, basically. We always turn up. But anyway, yeah, we had a brief hiatus because I wasn't able to.
Shiny penny.
Yes, I wasn't able to do it the 1 week. Then Steph was busy the next week, so we're like, okay, we're both free. We have to come back. We have to come back stronger than ever, pretty much. And we've got some good topics to talk about, to include the topic that seems to be on most everybody's lips, and that is the Halo show. And because now you have these articles coming out saying that it's a good thing that they didn't follow the lore. And where have we heard that argument before? It's a good thing they didn't follow the lore. We have to wipe the slate clean. And we've heard that before multiple times, but it is what it is. We're going to roast that along with apparently this is from an interview that Todd McFarlane gave, that apparently lines are coming out for action, his merchandise, his figures and things like that, they don't want to put guns with the characters. The interviewer was saying how he ordered a Peacemaker figure, and Peacemaker, I don't know too much about the character, but he's known for using guns. That's his character. He's known for using guns, and he got the Peacemaker figure and no guns with Peacemaker. And then you have Action Comics 1044 with Superman on the cover at a Pride parade. Now, I'm not saying this. Not saying that Superman wouldn't support that, because he is the Boy Scouts. He is basically truth, justice, and the American way, and that's for everybody, pretty much. But at the same time, it's really on the nose. Really on the nose.
Justice and a better tomorrow now.
Oh no! Fuck a better tomorrow. A better tomorrow is the American way. But anyway, before I say hello to the chat, Steph, let everybody know all the fun stuff about you and where they can find you.
Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with Mara again. I swear, I miss streaming with Mara. It's one of the fun times that we have together. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter, all at the same name. I couldn't remember the last one. My Nerdy Home. You can also find me on GMG Tabletop. I'm going to learn how to play D&D. Look at Mara's face. I will be learning how to play D&D. And I'm going to really quickly share my screen. I should.
All right. Oh God, what are you sharing? Oh yes.
We have a special announcement at 12:30 a.m. Aussie time, Sunday, April 3rd.
You were thinking I died. Big surprise, I still got them double thick thighs. French fries, I get down and gobble gobble up. With my booty up, she be going wobble wobble up. Here's a big duck, slide slide in the peanut butter. Don't sucker, who actually regrets me. My mother at your made us with a Pornhub. Betrayer, you nothing but a hater. Cloud chaser, every twin star. You hot, look a bugger with his mugshot.
Let me look like he was caught doing something like he shouldn't in that one picture. Yeah, Lethal revealed this morning. So yeah,
Ozzy is back, and that will be Saturday for us Americans. So next Saturday morning, Full Ozzy is back.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it's. Well, wait, when do they fall back?
Next week. That's why we're doing it next week.
Okay, so the 12:30 a.m. their time. Is it okay? First off, is it Lethal's time, or they had those fucking half-hour time difference between East and where Lethal is? So is that Lethal? If it's Lethal's time, it would make sense. That would be 10 a.m. my time and 9 a.m. your time. So it's
that's probably what it is.
Okay, so I'm but that's why I did keep asking because of like, is it lethal time or is it fucking London time?
Yeah, I think
it's
it's
hour difference.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll be 10 a.m. my time, which means I can sleep in a little bit. So, but anyway, let me say hello to the chat. For the first off, I see Legends of the Brave Bard. Hello, it says the goddesses. Good to see you. Mystic Red Knight. Hey, ladies, love the thumbnail. Thank you so much. CJ made that for us, and I don't want to sound like I'm like imposing on him, but I would see if like maybe he can make us like some new ones, possibly in the near future. But yeah, like he messaged both Steph and me and was like, hey, like, I need some characters. Like, what characters do you want to see on the thumbnails? So, Slash and Burn Theory. Better order my pizza now. Yeah. Ms. My Muses. Hello, Teresa. We'll be playing Conan D&D tomorrow.
I had a baked potato earlier. It was a really big one, so I haven't eaten since then.
I had pizza yesterday.
Pizza sounds good.
I had pizza yesterday, but yeah. So we'll be playing Conan D&D, and I'm my character would give third and fourth wave feminists a conniption because I play a temptress.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure I've said this like on other streams, but basically, I get an extra +2 attack and damage if I bang different classes and races, different class and race.
Oh my god!
So I'm always getting pimped out. So they're like by like particularly Nina. She's like, hey, Mira, like if you bang this class or race, we need a +2 because I'm going into battle soon. So yeah, it was like so I get pimped out a lot during the gameplay. But yeah, it kind of does come in handy. It kind of does come in handy. Yep.
Oh,
I mean, a lot of those stupid sex bots or something like it's like, which I even saw in the gaming with
a webcam sex bot.
Yeah, the ones that say like watch naked girl strip, and I'm like, they're already
the webcam. Those are fine. The racist sex bots, I'm like, no,
yeah,
the racist bots, I'm like, Yeah,
like the webcam ones are just annoying, but they've been popping up a lot, pretty much. Jacob Ironside, good to see you. Good to see you. Vince Womack, greetings and salutations. Greetings and salutations to you. Yep, going to be pretty lit discussion. Both, should be. Yeah, let's get this discussion started. Yeah. Okay, all right. Why do I automatically grab there? Yes, that's from my last night's Twitch stream because the AI is kind of stupid in Horizon Forbidden West. I was against a wall, and for some reason, Aloy started climbing it, even though I wasn't even looking at the wall. I'm wondering why I can't move, and I turn the camera angle around, and she's gripped to the wall like this. So I just said that. And in all fairness to me, if I'm asking a guy that, he's doing something wrong. All right? In all fairness to me, if I ask a guy that, he's doing something wrong.
All right.
I'm saying it's like, that in that phraseology, it'd be like he's doing something wrong. I'd be like, why do you automatically grab there? Like that sounds more sense to me than like him doing something right, because I wouldn't ask that.
I would think like it would be something right because, I would think that like him automatically grabbing there is because he like it.
Okay, this is also hi.
Hi.
Lord. Sunny and Brave Megatron, aloha. Yes, he drew Stitch today. I actually passed out on my bed. I'm sorry, I missed your stream.
I do that too. No, I do that every time I watch like Sunny and Brave Megatron or Anna. Their art streams, I fall asleep. They're soothing to me. Like I will fall asleep watching them draw and color. Or paint in Anna's case, like it's soothing to me. I think it's because like I used to watch a lot of art videos and like bullet journal videos, stuff like that. And I would watch it to fall asleep. I think that's probably why I do that. But like I'll put them on and lurk and just watch.
I just remembered I had this clip and I'll play this for you, Sunny and Brave.
How?
Aloha.
Yeah. I love Stitch. Stitch is my favorite.
Me too.
Let's see. Making sure I say hello to everybody. Oh, TD. Hello, TD. Good to see you. It's me in the chat. Oh, French ABC. Bonjour. Bonjour, Stefan Mara. Bonjour, French ABC. So here you go. I also have this for you, Chunk. There you go. Yep. Goonies
These-
never say die.
When I first saw Goonies, when I was little, like my dad showed it to me, like Sloth, right?
Yeah.
He creeped me out. I couldn't look at him.
He kind of did. I think I was a bit old, not older, but like kind of like past the age where it's like I was like not like just past being a little kid, but at the same time he's still kind of like I can't look at his face.
I was scared of him. Like even he was good and he was with them at the end. He's supposed to be adorable. It's like,
Yeah,
can't
not
look at him.
quite.
He's scary.
Not
He's
quite.
scary.
Yeah.
I used to just look at his ear because you know how his ear like moved like this. I used to just stare at the ear.
Yeah.
I couldn't stare at anything else.
BC, hello, says I cannot wait to cut loose and I'm not going to hold back. Well, good, because we're talking about cringe. Howdy, Marin, Steph, Todd. How's y'all's day been? I'm still feeling it from the 7 hours I played Horizon Forbidden West last night. I started about 7:45ish my time. There was a hiccup in the stream where I had to kind of stop it and start it up again, but I think I made it like to just past the 7 hour mark on the stream. So yeah, and I'm still kind of feeling it. Let's see. Momonty says, "What up, everyone? What up, Momonty? Good to see you."
I've done that with Animal Crossing.
What?
I said I've done that with Animal Crossing.
Michael Quaid, hola.
Hola.
Raging Rhino, speaking of. Good day, ladies. Good day,
Good
Raging
day.
Rhino. Steven, hello. Hey, Mara and Steph. Evening, lovelies. Good to see you, Steven. Yeah, guns are bad. Okay, yeah. Naymans. I better tomorrow. For these nuts.
Naymans.
Hello, Naymans. Gimme or what? Hello? I think I missed. So, yes, let's go. Yep, you saw the full Aussie clip. Yep.
That's exciting.
I've been waiting to do more Did You Know before the epic streams. Yeah. As a retired king of tars and cards, I decree Lyndon shall not rig the votes. Hello, Mr. Bentham. Good to see you. 12:30 my time, 12 Lethal's time. Okay, and our time will change at 2 or 3 a.m. Yeah, it always changes like really early morning, so it's like 12 Lethal's time, which would make it 9:30 my time. So, okay. Now they've got that established. Nick McCabe, hello. Good to see you,
Nick.
Tina,
I always just look when Lethal creates the stream to know what time I have to be there.
And he's like, well, I mean, I'll probably do this like well in advance, but his past like Lethal talks, he like drops it like half an hour before. So I'll wake up in the morning going, is this still happening? Like, and like it never really does, but it's like he does it like 30 minutes before it like officially drops. So let's see. Corey, hey all, good to see you. Yep. There you go. I mean, just saying, look at her, like, look at the look on her face. I mean, it's kind of like stating the obvious. Let's see, making sure if I miss anybody, I do apologize. Mara's level 100 with dexterity. Yeah, my dexterity is high, shall we say, for my character in Conan D&D. Let's just say it's very high. Andy Masterson, hello, ladies.
Hi, Andy.
Before I continue, like, what character, class, and race would you play?
Oh, I already made my character. I already made my character.
Okay, what are you going to play as?
It's a surprise. I can't reveal it.
Okay.
Yeah, we set up with our dungeon master. And those videos are going to drop. I actually think that they are scheduled already. I can drop a link. Tabletop. There it is.
Hello. Sasha Bird says, Seth, look up Akihito Yoshitama. His straw streams are amazing.
Ooh, okay.
Cool. Chris Mack. Evening, Mara, Steph, chat, mods. Good evening, Chris Mack. Give me your what for $5. Just once episode 2 drops for Halo, people will start to see the writing on the wall. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like most people, like Lethal, are already seeing the well, not seeing the writing necessarily. They saw the writing on the wall even before the episode dropped, but then like Lethal watching, he's like, "This is actually worse than the writing I saw on the wall." Pretty much. Benzo,
I
hello.
dropped that link. That is for my character creation on G&G Tabletop. It's scheduled as a premiere, so if you're interested in seeing what character I made,
I'm curious to see because I've played as when I used to play when I was I can't say this without sounding like I'm older than I am, but when I was younger, when I like was actually playing it, I was a rogue. I was like the roguish type characters.
uh-huh.
Then I played again, not that long ago, as part of a group. I was a bard, and now I recently played as a cleric. Next time I create a character, I'm going to play as a druid.
A druid.
A druid, yes. Which would be Lyndon's character because they can turn into furries.
That is true.
That's just saying. Winky winky woo. Oh, hi, the new lassies.
Okay, the new lassies.
Hey, the new lassies. You can't imagine how episode 2 can get worse for that Halo show. People are saying it's like the worst episode, and the fact that episode 1 is already bad.
Did you watch it?
No, I'm going to live vicariously through Lethal and his breakdown stream tomorrow because
Okay.
I'm not getting Paramount Plus just to watch this show. Yeah, so.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not like, not even for like a free trial.
Sail the high seas, Mara.
I know, but even then I'm like,
that's a waste of your time. I know.
It kind of is. I'm like, I'm more like, I'm already like feeling like I'm not burned out, but I'm taking next week off of Twitch pretty much to recharge my batteries. And I really don't want to like feel my soul die watching the show, even sailing the high seas. So I'm just saying. Spike in Madness. What's up? Eight eyes. Yeah. 4 eyes, 8 eyes. There you go. Menalong, evening, ladies. I'm listening as I drive home. By the way, Mara, I think your stalker likes me. Yeah, I have a stalker on Twitter. It's a fucking troll, but like it's like just like honed in on me because I like dare to say, I can't even remember what. No, it was about the truckers in Canada. And I likened some of the like police procedures to the SS or something like that. And this troll came in and it's like, how dare you equate it to the Holocaust? I'm like, bitch, where did I say anything about the Holocaust in my tweets? So yeah. So like ever since then, it's been like whatever post I do, that person responded, but I've muted that individual.
Wow. Yeah. That person has no life.
No.
No life. What a boring existence.
I'll make sure you schedule the stream early. Thank you. So, Tatsunami, hello. Hi, Mara and Steph. Steph, thanks for Ryan Kindle memes.
Oh, absolutely. You're more than welcome.
My character.
It's so funny because you know that picture of him like smiling.
Yeah.
I as soon as Jay put out that video on park hopping and I saw the thumbnail screenshot like right away.
Yeah.
I was like, that's gonna be big. That's gonna be memed. I'm screenshotting that, so I'm ready.
Harley Quinn elf stuff.
I don't know.
I will full on admit I pretty much always play as an elf because that's like the race I prefer, even though I'm the size of a dwarf. That's the race I prefer.
What do you think I picked?
I'm trying to think. I think you picked a halfling.
You think I picked a halfling?
Maybe a halfling. I'm trying to think of like the races. And I'd have to look at the races in like classical D&D because they kind of like not changed some races, but they added some for like 5, and I stopped playing. I kind of stopped at 3.5 edition, so I'd have to look it up. Brian plays as a Duergar warlock. All right. Like I said, I'm gonna play as like a druid next whenever I create another character in classical D&D, not Conan D&D. So. Master says I played D&D when I was a teenager before I started working at Slate, Rock, and Gravel. It's fun, but it's like it takes like D&D is like special in its way, where it's like some campaigns that should be very quick end up taking like whole Saturday afternoons, and then ones that should take up whole Saturday afternoons take up quickly, and it all depends on the roll of the dice and the decision of the players.
Yeah.
And Sieg's like finding that out the hard way when we play our game sessions on Sunday. So if I miss anyone, I apologize. Hey, Dead Punk Gage, good to see you. Paramount Plus is nothing I want that I can't just get on DVD. Oh yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or at the very least wait. Tongue Out Kendall, he likes that.
That's
That
funny.
laughing Ryan picture gives birth to
It does give birth to life. Gave birth to many.
Sir Cummingsworth the
so
third. Steph made me drop my pretzels. Steph, why'd you make me drop my
I'm
pretzels?
sorry, Sir Cummingsworth the third. So sorry.
$2 from Heath Nation. Thank you so much. Oh, ahoy, ahoy, lovely queen and princess. Thank you. I don't want to assume which one is which, so I'll just say thank you for the both of us. Dark dwarf. Okay. I know dark elves, basically. And people like assume dark elves mean skin color, and I'm like, nah. I gotta mute myself because I'm gonna have to pull up the YouTube side so I can see what the super sticker is. So hold on 1 second.
It's a rose.
It's a rose. Oh, thank you so much. I'm innocent. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Very much appreciate that. Evan Martin, good to see you. Says I just subscribed to your channel. Oh, to Trey Courtney. Yep. Trey has his movie reviews, and he doesn't give a shit. He'll like his bong.
I know. I love Trey's movie. Hell yeah.
And for some of the movies he's reviewing, I'm like, yeah, I'd hit that bong pretty hard too.
Yeah.
Like watching some of that shit. So yeah. But yeah, thank you, everyone. So yeah, so like I said, we'll be talking about Halo, we'll be talking about Todd McFarlane, talking about Superman. But before we get into those, it's like that clip. Fuck it, we'll do it live. I have not watched entirely the deleted scene Joker, like I was telling Steph. I think, like I mentioned at the beginning, I started watching it. I couldn't get through it. I maybe got 2 minutes in, if that, and I was like, this is so bad. Like, no wonder they deleted it. But let me bring that up.
All right, look. When I was watching it, when I was first watching it, I was like, what the hell is he even saying? Can't understand him. I don't know if it was the way he was talking or what. You can't understand him. So like the first time watching it through, I couldn't really understand what he was saying. And the second time I was watching it as I was driving. And so then like with it, listening to it all around me and turning up the volume, I was able to understand him more, but I was just like, rah. Didn't like it.
It was like a combination of he's trying to channel Heath Ledger's version of Joker, but without the personality behind it, if that makes sense. Like, I'm listening to this guy and I'm like, he doesn't sound like the clown prince of crime.
Mm-hmm.
There's
See,
no
that's
way.
just it, though. When I was watching it, I didn't think that he was trying to channel Heath Ledger's Joker at all. I didn't think he was trying to do that at all. I just think that he was trying to come off as creepy as possible.
See, Joker is like creepy, but still has a personality to him, pretty much, and that's like what they're not getting. Again, it's like his title is Clown Prince of Crime, emphasis on clown, pretty much. He's like not exactly like the funny type clown, but at the same time, it's like it's the, how do I put it? The psychotically dark nature mixed with the psychotically dark humor.
Yeah.
Of the Joker. And it's like they don't get that with this character. Before I play this, Aussie $5 from Prince Lethal, who's like, Rhino's going to make sure that you set the stream up for next Saturday early and not just half hour before it drops. Steph looks gayer than normal today. What's up?
Hi, Lethal. Hi, Widow.
So, are you still on your stream? What are you doing in the chat? Anyway, all right, so let's play this.
I know he is on stream.
All right, okay. go back to Lethal. Go back to your stream. Talk about Gran Turismo, Halo, and Harry Potter, and more Elden Ring. But let me play this. Let me play this, and I'll have to stop periodically because it's like, yeah. Okay, so this is the deleted scene. Okay, and already right off the bat, I don't like the shaved head. The half shaved head, half. I know he fell into a vat of chemicals, but at the same time, I don't like that.
Yeah. All right, we'll keep going.
Yeah.
There's a serial killer. I want your perspective. First anniversary and paper. What makes you think I'm so cheap? I thought you'd be curious. You think I get off of this stuff? Don't you? You have pictures. It's violence. It's so baroque. Oh, you're so puzzled, doesn't it? So ridiculous. Like you've been planning this your whole life. I know who he is. Oh, is he? He's a nobody. Wants to be somebody. The mayor, the commissioner. Yeah. He's got ambition. You think his mama's political? No. This is very, very personal. He feels these people have all want him. Probably goes way back. Unhealed wound and stolen much money. Why's he writing to me? Maybe he's a fan of yours? Or maybe he's got a grudge against you too. Maybe you're the main course. Any theories? Not yet. Really? You're normally so ahead of the curve. But something is different this time. This is very upsetting to you. Let's get back down. You're so much more fun. I'm not here to talk about me. What are you here to talk about? I want to know how he thinks. You know exactly how he thinks. Have you read this file? You two have so much in common. Past adventures. So easy to remember, right, Jason? Oh, are you afraid it makes you look soft? You're wasting my time. I'll tell you what I really think. I think you don't really care about his motives when he loves or hates you. I think somewhere deep down, you're just terrified. Because you're not sure he's wrong, huh? You think they deserve it, huh? You think they deserve it.
Okay.
I'll give it one thing. All right. I'll give it one thing. I really love Robert Pattinson in this scene. I love the stoic face, the stone face, and how he's talking to the Joker here. Like I love his Batman, like here in this scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's just his low voice. He looks intimidating. He's like down to business, right? I like the Batman in this scene. I have a problem with the fucking Joker in the scene. And I have a problem with the fact that Batman would even go to the Joker for help. Now, when I was, going through the Batman and doing like all of the leaks and stuff and reading everything online, it did say in those leaks that the Joker was going to be in this movie, that the Batman had been like, he's 2 years in. This is a seasoned Batman. It's 2-year Batman. He's already fought and taken down the Joker, and the Joker's already in Arkham. That's what I've read in the leaks. Like, this was like early on when they were filming. And that was like one thing that I didn't believe in. I was like, no way. There's no way. Like, it already has the Penguin. It already has Catwoman. It has Falcone. I was like, there's no way that that's just too much. There's no way the Joker's in this movie. But apparently he was. And they just kept that little part in at the end. Now, if this is already like a Batman, and the Joker even says in the scene, like, you're always so ahead of the curve, right? You already figure stuff out. Why on earth would he believe a thing that would come out of this criminal's mouth? Why would he even go to him for help? Even if it's to just understand the psychology behind this serial killer madman, I really don't think that he would go to the Joker.
No.
The scene makes no sense.
No, he wouldn't go to the Joker. I mean, I'm not saying that he would go to this other criminal, but like it's kind of like the Long Halloween where he went to Calendar Man. He was trying to figure out the person committing the crimes on the holidays, pretty much. Like that situation makes sense because of how the Calendar Man operated. It doesn't make sense for him to go to the Joker to figure out how this new criminal's operating. Unless
they're telling us, that at Dead Punk Gage, he says it takes a psycho to catch a psycho. So unless he's telling us that, like, he's also a serial killer, maybe I need a serial killer to help find another serial killer, get into that mindset. So is the Joker in this universe a serial killer? But even then, it doesn't make any sense for him to believe anything that would come out of his mouth. You know what I mean? It's a waste of time to me for him to go and do that, to go to the Joker. On top of that, this Joker looks fucking terrible.
Oh, you saw that face at the end. I was like,
I've had so many people, like, I made a post that said, like, this Joker looks awful. The scene makes no sense. I actually said the Joker looks like shit. Yeah. Well, he does. And the scene makes no sense. Like, he looks like shit. So many people have replied back, like, calm down, calm down. It's supposed to be a realistic version of the Joker, and he got all of that from being dropped into a vat of chemicals. It's like, all right, I get it. I get what you're saying. And some people are even like, he's still healing. This isn't his final form. Like, stop it. What I'm saying is I'm looking at this one scene that we're given. From this one scene, I'm saying he looks like shit. Don't excuse the fact that he looks like trash now and that he's just healing and he might look better later. In this one scene that we are given, he looks like shit. Like, the Joker he's crazy. He's a madman. He has personality though. He's not a monster. So many people are saying like, "Oh my god, hello, he looks like doesn't he remind you of the Joker from The Long Halloween where he cuts his face off?" And I was like, no. And I'll tell you why. This is a 2-year Batman. You guys want to go on and be like, "Oh, but this is in final form and shit." The Long Halloween Joker, like that's a seasoned Batman. He has his Bat family and everything. That's a late version of the Joker. This is right at the beginning, his early stages.
People are saying that like he fell into a vat of acid. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. We get that. We know his backstory.
Yeah.
It's not
so many people. Oh my god, so many fucking people. He fell into acid. Someone Googled, I kid you not. Hold on, I gotta find it. Someone fucking Googled. Wait, let me go to my Twitter.
Probably why we didn't see him during the movie. Yeah, pretty much. I'm saying like, it's like and even though like that's the backstory most people know about the Joker, we don't even know if that's the true backstory, because in The Killing Joke, Joker says, it's or was it The Killing Joke? I think it's The Killing Joke, but like the Joker says if like talking about his past, he prefers multiple choice, so you can't even trust him if he's saying anything truth about his past. But they're going with the acid backstory, and that's most likely all these people know. That's most likely all these people know about the Joker. They're going off of that one backstory because it became mainstream since the Tim Burton movies in particular. And it's like, oh my god, he fell into a vat of acid. I'm like,
look, all I put was where's my tweet? I love the character of the Joker, and this looks like shit, and the scene makes no sense. Glad it was cut. And someone replied with wrong, and then a screenshot of them asking Google, "Did the Joker fall into acid?" I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my god, they're actually asking. Oh my fucking god.
They asked Google, and it gave me a Wikipedia answer to that fucking question. I was like, I didn't fucking say anything about. I know the Joker's fucking backstory. I'm well versed in the Joker's all iterations of it.
That's
but
their
I'm
gotcha
saying
moment?
that
That's their gotcha moment. Yeah, bitch, we know he fell into a vat of acid.
I know, it's wrong. Like, this looks like shit. This Joker. Here, let me share my tweet because, hold on, let me share my tweet. Because in my tweet, like, I was able to find a photo.
Oh my god, winky winky woo, yes.
Like, this is it. Like, someone put together the two photos. That's what he looks like. And it looks like shit. He's not supposed to, like they turned him into a monster. They turned him into a monster. And they're like, oh, he's just healing. Bruh, he don't look like he's healing. He looks healed.
Yeah, and the face at least does, yeah. Like,
he
face
looks healed.
Like healed.
Yeah, he looks healed. There's no bandages anywhere. His hair might be growing back, I'll give you that. He looks healed,
Mm-hmm.
And like his hands look like they might still be healed. His face looks healed. It's not like he was dumped in the vat of chemicals a couple of days ago. And that's what he looks like now. Like he looks healed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why did they go so grotesque with the Joker? You don't have to go grotesque with the character.
No.
He's already psychologically scary because you don't know what he's going to do. You don't know what he's going to.
He's unpredictable. Like
he's an unpredictable character. He does not have to be physically scaring as well. He's already an intimidating character. He's already a great character. Mm-hmm. You don't need to make him look scary.
If that's like a positive I can say about Heath Ledger's Joker, because I've made no secret that I still have some issues with Heath Ledger's Joker. But I don't have as many issues with Heath Ledger's Joker as I do with this piece of shit that I see the screen that you're sharing pretty much. But at the same time, it's he didn't have to make his face look like he fell into a vat of acid. He just put on the makeup and things like that and just gave himself the scars here. That's it. The scars here to make his smile wider.
Right. And what's interesting about that is that we don't definitively know how he got those scars. It's constant. The story is constantly changing. Are they scars? Is it a deformity? Like, what happened to him to get those scars? And you don't even know where he came from, because when he's arrested, like, no fingerprints, all of his clothes are custom made. The dude, they have no idea who this guy is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what's interesting about Heath Ledger's Joker and the deformity on his face, the scars on his face, is that you really don't know. You don't know how he got it. You just know that this is a crazy psycho who's playing a lot of mind games. Now, this guy, we don't know anything about him. The only thing that we do know is that Batman and him already had this thing that happened, and he's already in Arkham. That's all we know. They have some kind of a history, right? Because he's going to him for assistance with this new criminal.
And he said it's been a year because he talks about the year anniversary gift, pretty much.
So it's been a year. Obviously, the dude is healed. You can't be saying that. Like,
because he says like, oh, the first year anniversary is paper. Like he does that, and like he's like, you know. So it's been a year. He's healed. He's fucking healed since his accident.
Yeah, it's been a year. They're like, this isn't his final form. He's still healing. That's what I'm saying. His face looked healed. His face looked healed. That's what they're giving us, and I don't like it. The Joker doesn't have to be a monster.
No,
he doesn't have to be a monster.
Well, he doesn't have to look like a monster. Psychologically, he is a monster.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He doesn't have to look like a monster. He's already psychologically scary. He's already unpredictable. He's already a character that you should fear when he's out of Arkham. He doesn't have to look like a monster. That's all I'm saying.
And Maza, you have the nerve to like say, "Oi, you dog," when you have dog shit takes on movies. And he and Lethal got into a debate on Lethal's Twitch stream about like who would win, Gandalf versus Dumbledore. Now I know you like Harry Potter, but I know a thing or two about Lord of the Rings, and I'm sorry, Steph, Gandalf would fucking wreck Dumbledore based on what, because Gandalf isn't even a human. He's just
I was gonna say, isn't it like two different magic systems?
Yeah, it's two different magic systems. So I'm like, so you're one. Look, I'm not hating on Harry Potter, but I'm just saying I know about Gandalf, and he would fucking wreck Dumbledore. So you're one to say, "Oi, you dog." But anyway, all right. So there's really not much more we can say about this. It's like obviously watching this, it's like, yeah, there was a reason they deleted this. It's because it wasn't. Let's put it that way. Hopefully, they deleted it for the reason that this was not good. This was not a good take. Nothing.
I feel like they deleted it because it shows him, right? It shows him. I don't know why Matt Reeves put it out there, like, hey, look at the deleted scene with the Joker. Because I feel like they deleted it because this isn't going to be the look that they choose. Because at the end of the Batman, we don't see the Joker; we just kind of hear him laughing.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they deleted it because they're not set on this look for the Joker, which is good because it's trash. It's garbage.
Yeah,
it looks horrible. It looks terrible. And I feel like that's why they deleted it. Like I get it. I get that it's more grounded in reality if you fell into a vat of chemicals. Like
it wouldn't just bleach your skin or anything.
It wouldn't just bleach your skin like in Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah.
They're still gorgeous. They're just whiter.
They just got more white privilege, pretty much.
So I get where they're going with it, but like I feel like they took it way too far. Like he's a monster, and he doesn't need to be a monster inside and out. He really doesn't. He really doesn't. But I think it's funny. Where's that one dude? See, it looks like Joker after Death of the Family. Well, guess what? That wasn't a year 2 Batman in that. No. Where's that dude? Here's another one. It lets us know that he and Batman have a history. Joker looks like he fell in acid because he did originally. And the kicker, I don't know what the fuck this is. You can see the 3rd paperclip missing the 2nd picture after Joker returned those files. You must already be working on it. Oh my gosh. Now they're like, look, he didn't return the paperclip. He must be.
Somebody's going to pick the locks with a paperclip. In Arkham.
Yeah.
When you have electric doors.
It reminds me of this one. This dude wrote to me 3 hours ago. So, to everyone freaking out about the new Joker's look, remember that this universe is supposed to be more grounded in reality. Falling into a vat of chemicals may disfigure you. And how can you really have an option? He says an opinion.
Yeah.
An opinion of the character from a 5-minute deleted scene. Calm down. Bruh, I can have an opinion on anything I want.
Yeah.
Right? Even a 5-minute fucking
Point out to these
scene.
people, point out to these fuckers, it's been a year. He should be fucking healed. He literally said, did they watch the clip?
It's
I'm saying, I watched it just now.
Joker.
And he talks about year anniversary gift. Fucking year anniversary gift. So it's been at least a year.
So
since
the excuses that I'm seeing are he's still healing. It's in a different universe. It's more grounded Joker. Like all of that to excuse the look.
Yeah.
So where's that one dude? Oh, here it is. Wrong. There's the Google. There's did the Joker fall into acid?
Oh my god! And they're like not even bothered reading the most common story, which means that there are multiple backstories for the Joker. It is just the most common one because he's the unreliable narrator, as Benzo rightly pointed out. Like what I was saying, he's the unreliable narrator. You can't trust a thing this guy says. And just because this is like mainstream and most normies know it does not mean it's the only backstory for the fucking Joker.
Look, that's your girl.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I can have an opinion on a still frame. If it looks like shit, I'm going to say it's shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, we can all be proven wrong. Like, when we go into go into any movie or any like sort of medium, and we have this like a first impression of it looking like shit, and then like either be proven wrong or whatever, then yeah, we will admit it. We were proven wrong, or anything like that. But this is like a 5-minute clip is long enough because that's twice the length of a trailer. Mm-hmm. You're getting the gist of how he's going to play the character, and you're seeing how he looks. We can judge it all the fuck we want.
Mm-hmm.
It's long enough to get a first impression off the ground, and this first impression is not a good one.
That's interesting. Mike Hill just said that he just saw an article that Matt Reeves said that he didn't fall into a vat of chemicals, but his disfigurement is from a disease. That's even...
I gotta find this article.
I'll look for it.
You gotta find it, and then
I'll look for it right now.
For those people who had to Google, did the Joker fall into a vat of acid? Well, here's his backstory in the Batman. Yeah.
Let me look for it. Because I'm actually kind of curious.
I am kind of curious too. There are diseases. There are skin-eating diseases, but I'm saying like, what disease could it be? Where it's like that. But anyway, like it's still. But anyway, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen because
he just says that he has a congenital disease where he can't stop smiling.
Okay, so that's kind of like the disease that, like, in the Joker.
Yeah,
like had that like, condition where he couldn't like stop from laughing.
Yeah, let me double check.
That's not a disease of the skin. It's more
He said when asked by Variety on his take of the Joker, he said, "Oh, hold on, wait. Let me just share this so we can read along." Oh, I just hit the wrong button. I feel like I haven't.
Exactly. You should have a different backstory every film because it fits his crazy nature. You never know if he's telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one positive I can say about Heath Ledger's Joker, and that is he kept changing his backstory even in the one movie.
Yeah. So Reeves said the following when asked by Variety about his take on the Joker. It's like Phantom of the Opera. He has a congenital disease where he can't stop smiling, and it's horrific. His face is half covered throughout most of the film. It's not about some version where he falls into a vat of chemicals and his face is distorted, or what Christopher Nolan did where there's some mystery in how he got the scarves carved into his face. What if this guy from birth had this disease and he was cursed? He had this smile that people stared at that was grotesque and terrifying. Even as a child, people looked at him with horror, and his response was to say, okay, so a joke was played on me. And this was his nihilistic take on the world. Now, it doesn't say that, like, I don't know. But why does he look like that, though? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
even
know. I'm
his
saying, I'm like, fucking what?
yeah, like why does he look like that though? Like even his hands look disfigured. He's missing hair, so he obviously fell into something.
Mhm.
It would be one thing if he did like that. That would be a great take. That would be a great. I think that would be cool if they just got
Without
some
the
dude
disfigurement, that could be a
without the
good take.
disfigurement. This what kind of like Joaquin Phoenix, where he has that laughter thing. He has to give out the card.
Yeah.
If this guy, yeah, has a terrifying smile, and they got some actor with a
Like Willem Dafoe type smile. Like a Willem Dafoe type smile.
exactly like a Willem Dafoe type smile, that would be cool. That I would like that. That would be fine. A regular looking guy with a creepy ass smile, not this disfigured fucking freak. Like this looks creepy.
Yeah, this looks like this looks like creepy as shit. But again, like I can't beat this dead horse enough. Again, it's the year anniversary, which is the year anniversary of like Batman catching him, which means he like would have kind of fallen into the acid 2 to 3 years ago. Which then again, he would have been healed by now.
Yeah. I mean, but he does say that he doesn't fall. Like he's just he just has a creepy smile, but this looks like more than just a creepy smile.
Yeah.
You know, because he's missing hair. His hair is green. How to get
burned
green
on the back. If you look at the back, like when it's like, you know, kind of like a better light when, like from the back of him in this shot, it's burned. It's like burned off.
Yeah, it's burned. He's burned. So what happened?
Yeah.
Does he also have this disease and then get dropped into a vat of chemical so it's even worse? Like, because he said he just wait, what does he say? Doesn't
where you it's not about
it's
some
not,
version where he falls
it's not just about it's not about some version and his face is distorted. So he could have his take on it where he already has this congenital disease, but then this happens to him at the same time. So it doesn't necessarily say that he doesn't fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, it's probably he already had this and then that happened and it pushed him over the edge or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, this is, he still looks like trash.
Yeah. So
he looks like garbage.
Yeah. Oh my god. And if anybody watched our breakdown of the Batman, like you all know where I stand. I'm slightly lower in score than Steph is.
Yeah.
We're both in agreement that there's a reason why they like left this on the cutting room floor. And it's a very good reason why they left it on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. Like this makes me want to give the Batman movie a lower score. Like that's how bad I think it
I
is.
already gave it a pretty low
I don't
score.
like it. I don't like it.
So, but anyway, yeah. So, okay. All right. We talked about the Joker deleted scene. And I think I'll just go kind of like from left to right on my screen. So we'll cover the Bounding and the comic articles first before we talk about Halo. Because I have 2 articles for Halo. So we'll talk about, I have Todd McFarlane one up. So let's just talk about that one. So I saw this and I thought, you know, this is interesting because it says Todd McFarlane reveals corporations are systematically removing firearms from action figures, reveals his creative workaround to their agenda. So, like I said, he was giving this interview. I don't know the guy well enough through social media to say like, you know, it's like I know who he is, but they're talking about the fact that the Peacemaker, who's known for using guns, the figure did not come with any guns or anything like that, and the interviewer was disappointed. So we're gonna get into this, how he's revealing that corporations are removing firearms, and it's not gonna be a legitimate reason.
Yeah, I like the McFarlane figures. I have a bunch.
Yeah, McFarlane figures are good. If I whenever I'm student teaching right now, so whenever I'm able to find full-time teaching a teaching job, and I can have a bigger place. I'm fully intending on getting shelves dedicated solely to McFarlane figures or figures like that, pretty much, that I can display. So because they do really good figures. McFarlane they could also have books that you can get. I have different pop culture type essay topics and things like that, but for the most part they're known for their figures. So, and he's a Spawn creator, which is again, I'm white, so I can't like Spawn, apparently. And there was no black superheroes or anti-heroes before whatever iteration we have now. And I'm like, yeah, we did. So Spawn creator and the founder of McFarlane Toys, Todd McFarlane, recently confirmed that many of the companies that he partners with to create toys are requiring the toys not come equipped with firearms. Because, guns bad. McFarlane's confirmation came in an interview with YouTuber Shartimus Prime. Okay, so Shartimus Prime brought up the subject asking, one thing that a lot of people have been talking about recently is the banning of plastic guns coming with the action figures. He then shows off his Thomas Wayne figure before continuing his thoughts. I feel like the character, it's important. It's a key part of the character. I wanted to get a little insight from your perspective on, are there no guns to be allowed anymore? He continued, I remember being disappointed that the Peacemaker figure that you made did not come with a gun. I was like, oh, that's part of it, the character. When it's a part of the character and the story, I feel a little bit of frustration right there, and I'm kind of curious to know your perspective on that. So here's a figure.
Hey, give him a fucking sword.
Yeah, they give him a fucking sword, which also kills. Which can also kill, but no guns, because guns bad. Okay, so Trey knows the channel. Okay. Gaffer says, I'm white and Spawn's my boy. Yeah, Spawn is like maybe not the GOAT, but he's like right fucking up there. He's like awesome. So McFarlane says, we've done hundreds of licenses over the years, and the people who own the brands and the IP, the intellectual properties, they are the boss, and they basically dictate to us, not the other way around. So if we say, hey, we want to make this character, and they said, nope, we don't ever want the character made, you never get to make them. It's just that simple. Okay, I get that. I get that. So like if you don't own the IP, you're not going to be able to make the character. You can't just make it, pretty much. McFarlane continued, so sometimes things come from higher up that are just given to us and we just have to abide. And I long ago stopped worrying about whether I agreed with them, because when you are dealing with big billion-dollar companies and they make their decisions, they assume they're doing it for the betterment of those brands and their company and their strength and all of the above. So my question to him would be like, so what's the betterment by not including the weapons that we know these characters to use? Like, what's the betterment there? Have they made a decision about guns and action figures? Are we abiding by it? Did they ask my opinion? Nope. Would I have done it otherwise? Of course. What are you talking about, right? He declared. So we have Hush. Okay, no gun, but blades, daggers, and they can kill too. We're doing the best we can, given that we have a new application towards the toys. It could alter some of the figures and characters we make, because if you're doing the Punisher and you can't put a gun, I guess he's still cool in his costume. We're coming up with alternative ways of putting other props that work and don't work, but still those props can kill. So it's like you're removing one tool, and it's a fucking tool. I hate the people that say guns kill. No, people kill. Guns are just tools, and you're swapping out one tool that can kill someone for another tool that can kill someone. But the guns are the bad ones? The guns are the bad in this case?
I think it's dumb because...
Hey, Sabine.
I think it's dumb because the people that are going to buy these action figures are the people that are fans of these characters, that are watching these characters, and they already know that these characters use these weapons.
Exactly.
What's the point of taking away the weapon if they're already going to like go back to the media where they discovered it and either read it or watch it? Like it doesn't matter if you take away the gun from an action figure, it's still going to exist elsewhere. Yeah. So what even is the point of it? And it's like they're like, oh no, guns don't exist. It's like, bish, they do exist. Like, just make the action figure. That's it. They're like, oh no, guns don't exist in this character. It's like, I don't know.
Hell, Batman started out with 2 handguns in like the original Detective Comics. So it's like people who know these characters know, like you pointed out, that they know the weapons that they've used. Now the weapons themselves change over the years depending on the evolution of the character. But like Megatron said that the blades work for Hush, but guns are his signature weapon. So people buying this figure, that could still work, but at the same time they're expecting the guns. That's what he's known primarily to use. It'd be like So it'd be like, I'm going to be playing offline next week, Soul Calibur 6. So it'd be like playing, like basically, and I main is Ivy Valentine, and her weapon, people know her weapon as this sword that she uses that can extend to reach someone far away. It's kind of like a whip. It becomes almost like a whip sword in a sense, if that's a good way to describe it, and people understanding that. But it'd be like making a figure of that character and removing that blade and giving her two short daggers. No, Ivy doesn't use those.
Mm-hmm.
People who know the character know that what Ivy's preferential weapon is, and it's the sword that she has. It wouldn't make any sense, and that's what people are buying these characters expecting. They're expecting to get the character with the weapons that they are known to use, and I just don't get this. I just don't get this at all. McFarlane then reveals his creative workaround to this apparent edict from companies like Marvel and DC Comics. Is there a workaround? I think so. Will we be coming up with some generic weapons packs? Yeah. Will they coincidentally fit into some of our toys? I don't know. You guys, as the customer, will have to see. All right, so that's a little bit wink wink.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of wink wink. Then I just gotta sell stuff separately, and then we'll go there. So yeah, it's a workaround, but it's a workaround that he shouldn't have to do, which will cost more money for people.
Yeah, it is. It's a workaround they shouldn't have to do. Did they give the Joker just his camera?
Let me just scroll down. Yeah, camera.
Yeah.
But he has a crowbar.
And a crowbar.
Like, no guns.
A camera and a crowbar. No. It's a camera and a gun.
A gun.
It's a camera and a gun.
Literally, he points a gun at Barbara Gordon. That's how she becomes paralyzed.
Yeah, it's a camera and a gun. Dude, I just think it's dumb. I think it's dumb. It's so ridiculous for them to remove the weapons and then have to sell them separately. Yeah. He shouldn't have to go these great lengths just to complete his figures. They should come with the weapons that they are supposed to come with. And it's just them pretending like, no. Let's pretend guns don't exist. Guns don't exist in this medium. No. We're pretending guns don't exist. Guns are bad. They don't exist. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? It's like I said before, like, we're buying this stuff. We're buying action figures. We're buying these things because we're a fan of it, right? Like I can go to Target, and the McFarlane section in my Target is constantly being restocked because it's always selling out. People are buying those figures. I can look at that McFarlane section, right? And then I can look at the Marvel section, and they have piles of like Eternal figures or piles of Spider-Man figures. The stuff is still there because it's not selling. Yeah. But the McFarlane figures are, and there's a reason for that. People are a fan of not just the McFarlane figures, but those characters themselves. And in order for them to be a fan of those characters, they'd have to know the characters. They'd have to watch the characters. They have to read about the characters. They have to see the characters. And they already know that the character wields these types of weapons. So for them to not include it in the toy seems a little dumb.
Yeah.
Even with kids, like even kids who are a fan of these shows and watch them, they already know that they use these weapons, and it's not a bad thing. Like I hate that like kids are getting in trouble at school for being like, boom, 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 pretending. It's a child's imagination. Like just let them imagine. It's not real. It's not threatening. You're just stifling their imagination. If they do that, they're pretending to be another character. Like my brothers used to do that all the time. They would go out and play. We'd go out and play like, I don't know, Power Rangers, or we would go out and play. My brother was a huge fan of like G.I. Joes. He would pretend he was a soldier. So he would do that, and they would do that. They would be like,
yeah, my parents tried
anything. They weren't. It's not threatening. They're just pretending to be someone else.
Yeah, my parents tried not outright banning, but not like purchasing even toy guns for my one brother when we were kids. and they realized they were fighting a losing battle because he would take the plastic straws and bend them down, and then like pretend he was shooting a gun anyway. So like
My
we're
brother did
fighting a
that
losing
too,
battle
yeah.
now. So it's like,
And wait, where did that? Oh my gosh, where did they go? Where'd you go? Soul, and you know what? Soul makes a good point. It's the adult collector who's buying the figures, not the
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
Not the kid. And it's very true. Like it's a lot of it is adult collectors.
Yeah, like these
We're
are
already
figures that like
fans.
are not meant to be played with. These
We're
are
already
figures like the
fans.
adults would
Yeah.
display.
I
So they're
display
not
all
meant to
of
be played with.
mine.
Yeah, so they're not meant to be played with. So they're definitely not being marketed to kids, or at least in the sense that like for kids to play with.
Yeah. And
They're being
even if,
marketed to collectors.
right. And again, even if kids are playing with them, it's not a bad thing. Stop stifling children's
And
imagination.
here's the irony: the same people that want to ban toy guns are the same people calling up for us to get involved in World War III in Europe.
Yep.
Oh, the irony!
Yep.
Oh, the irony!
Let's do that. Let's take away all your guns.
Yeah,
And
and
then
you're like,
get
no.
involved in World War III.
And they changed
How do
Punisher's
you think it's
symbol to
gonna
the
go?
skull because that was like that was scary.
Oh
And
God,
he
yeah,
doesn't
they
use
changed it. They
yeah,
changed
and he
it
doesn't use
because it
guns
was
anymore. He uses swords.
yeah, they changed it because it was it's like something like that, you know.
Yeah, like here.
Oh,
Mhm.
because it's a symbol of
It's
the
a skull.
alt-right.
Yeah. Even though no one had an issue
Ooh.
with it.
No.
Here are the Spawn figures. Again, like now they still have weapons, so it's like they can still kill. So it's like you're just like taking one weapon away. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, you know, and someone in the streams that I think was, hold on, let me find it. Highlighted it, and I gotta go back. That Vinny Art was talking about this. Yeah, Soul Assassin. Vinny Art was used to work for McFarlane and went off on this in a few streams. It's only him doing it, nobody else. So like again, it's like on one hand, it's like I'm not exactly defending him, but on one hand, I can see it, you know, coming from higher ups because you don't have a choice when you don't own the property. But at the same time, it's like if you're the only one doing it, then
I was gonna say either that or he's just taking advantage of the consumer to make more money.
yeah, like which could be the case as well, Siri.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents did the same thing with me, Mara. They would tell me guns are bad, and I just pretend something else was a gun. Yeah, then they were like, "Fine, we'll get you a toy gun."
Yeah.
Yeah. So they realized, yeah, we're fighting, yeah, losing battle. Just get him a toy gun. Just get him a toy gun because he's gonna change. Like, he would take a stick and then just go pew pew, like pretty much. And they're like, so like we're not changing his mind here. So we'll just get him like one of those like, you know, sci-fi laser, like, you know, like the sound effect guns that you could like buy when you were kids, and they just like make the pew pew sounds pretty much.
My brother's good. Go.
I love this. What are we supposed to use? Harsh language? Yeah. I love that line. It's like, what are we supposed to use? Harsh language? Yeah, so I love that. Hey, Arcusol, good to see you. Says, hello.
Hi.
Says, what's good, bro? Hi, chat. Hi, Jade and Steph. Good to see you. Yeah, so I think there's not, like I said, hey, Raven. Sorry if I missed saying hi to you. Skull, good to see you. Oh, yeah, so it's like, really? Yeah, I don't think there's too much more we can say about that. Just like, it's, the consumer is screwed either way. The consumer is screwed either way. It's like both ways, pretty much. It's like, yeah, the higher ups not letting the McFarlane Toys make the figures with guns in particular, and at the same time, McFarlane's doing the workaround to squeeze extra money from the consumer by coming up with those separate packs that you can get, pretty much. So you have to spend more money for weapons that should already come with the character that you're purchasing. So
yeah. Hi, Cell
I'm pretty much I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm pretty much with you to an extent, but I like NECA brand as well because there's some figures there that I really want to get and display. But NECA is also a good brand. Hey, Cell Shade, good to see you. Mara, thanks for the link on Twitter to Lethal's Twitch rant about Dumbledore versus Gandalf. Made my day. If you haven't checked that out, go watch that clip because that was when I say debate, I use that word very, very loosely because it's a debate against Mazza, and it's kind of like taking advantage of a kid that needs to wear a helmet every day. And Mazza's his side is that Dumbledore would wreck Gandalf, and every other sane person is like, no, Gandalf would wreck Dumbledore, pretty much. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But anyway, so let me just
I'm
go back
sorry.
on this. Because the other article that I'm going to cover is also on bounding, and it is... let me find it, and that is... the Superman takes part in Pride Parade.
Yay.
Yes. Yes. Let me close this out.
Yeah.
So, share the screen. Yeah. So, Superman takes part in Pride Parade, waves LGBTQ plus flag on cover of Action Comics issue 1044. So, a little on the nose. So, this is not much we can say about this title. It's pretty self-explanatory. So, I'm just going to dive right into this. Just take away his little stick and he has no power. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Mazda is a Gronk. His opinions are invalid. Yeah, he is a Gronk. Yeah, that guy's gargoyles looks pretty fucking dope. And I want to get the Gremlins figures as well. Because they have the Flasher Gremlin and the Stripe, I think. They have a lot of them. A lot of figures. So, but anyway, just going to go right into this. DC Comics writer Tom Taylor gave Twitter users a preview of what's coming in Pride Month from Action Comics. Yep. For Pride Month, they're an ally. So you have this to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen, when Pride Month comes around in June. Oh yeah, it's his and his girl's anniversary. So yes. So
he does have,
yeah. So he told me, or
it's
like in
his
advance that he's
3-year anniversary, right? His 3-year anniversary.
Yeah. So he told me in advance. I know that I'm not gonna tell him what. I'm gonna tell him just forget your lady. No, I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. So, but anyway, no, it's an anniversary. So DC Comics writer Tom Taylor gave Twitter users a preview of what's coming in Pride Month from Action Comics. The issue count reaches 1044 in June and will put a spotlight on the young Jonathan Kent, who recently inherited the cape and is written as bisexual, even though he has never been that way in the decades he's been the character. Notice how they they don't fully sexual orientation swap these characters. No, they make them bisexual. So they say, see, he's still into chicks. He's just now dating a guy.
Yeah. And he's never going to stop dating that guy. So.
Yeah. Pretty much. The issue will have 2 variant covers, and one of those is a DC Pride special by Derek Charm, showing John flying by a crowd at a Pride event. Standing up front are his parents, Lois and Clark, smiling and proudly supporting their son by holding a Pride flag emblazoned with a white Superman logo. John Kent with a proud Clark and Lois looking on, Taylor wrote in his post, blah, blah, blah. Here it is. God, the animation looks so fucking horrible.
It looks terrible.
That artwork is shit.
That looks oh my god.
Look at that. And there's yeah. Oh, and also it's not just a Pride flag there. That's the trans symbol right there on the left. So it's trans. So it's basically not just the overall LGBT plus.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because that there, the blue, the pink, and the white, I believe, is the trans flag.
Yeah, but they have brown and black.
Yeah, I'm not saying that part there. I'm saying this part here. I don't know what the brown and black is supposed to be. I'd have to look that up. But the blue, the pink, and the white, that's trans. So, yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to... I don't know what those other stripe colors are supposed to be, but... So basically, they're not just holding a rainbow flag. It's now specifically, with the left-hand side at least, trans.
That's
super trans.
That's the progress Pride flag.
Progress?
Yeah, hold on. I need it. Yeah, LGBTQ progress. That's the progress flag. I don't know what that means, but that's
I'm like, what's progress supposed to mean? I mean, I know what the word itself means, but at the same time, it's like
Hold on, let me
they've
look at
progressed. They've progressed since the 60s. So, like, what other further progression do they need to make? Cooking with Ruthie for $1.99. Thank you so much, Ruthie. Working out and listening to you ladies. Great stream. Thank you so much, Ruth. Always good to see you. That's the updated trans flag. Okay. Intersectional.
It's like an activism flag. It's the classic rainbow flag with an emphasis on inclusion and progression. They added hold on, they added
So they are they going to include straight people in that, because that would be inclusion.
They have black and brown stripes to represent marginalized LGBTQ plus communities of color, along with the colors pink, light blue, and white, which are used to represent the transgender. So it's all it's the progress.
So they're making so basically the marginalized part of that flag, even though, like, I mean, the narrative itself is that community itself is marginalized. It's like they're turning the Kent and Jonathan Kent into white saviors, because they're speaking up for marginalized LGBTQ members of color.
It's like it has the main flag.
Yeah.
And then the brown and black represent the people of color who are also LGBTQ, whatever, and then transgender. So it's like all of it. It's all of the, I guess, all of the flags together.
Yeah.
It's a new flag called the Progress flag. It has it's I think it's basically the new Pride flag. I think that's all it is. Yeah, it's the new Pride flag. So it's not just the rainbow flag anymore. It's the new Pride flag. So it has all the other colors. And it's now called the Progress Pride flag.
Progress Pride flag.
That's what that is. God, it's so much.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just so like that in itself.
I had to really dig to find that answer too. Like I had to go to so many things to find out. Jesus.
Yeah. But I'm looking at this going, like, aside from that being like really on the fucking nose. I mean, that artwork is just shit. That is like bad. That's not even like worthy to be on like a young adult cover for anything DC related. Like when I was growing up, there was like young adult work that didn't like dumb down shit like this.
I just think it's kind of dumb. Like, what are his parents saying? Good job, son.
Yeah, good job, son. You're gay. I mean, like, what? Like, okay, like it's not exactly an achievement. They just made Jonathan Kent bisexual. Hey, Michelle. So it's like, I just DC.
Now this is on again. This is just so I heard correctly. This is on Detective Comics, right?
Let me.
Not the.
No, it's Action Comics.
It's okay. It's the. Action
it's not Detective Comics. It's Action Comics.
Okay.
His thread is full of glowing supporters who like Triumph's art and approve of the symbol for LGBT pride John Kent has become. But of course, the praise comes a little too late, as it doesn't reflect in the sales for Superman books. As of the beginning of March, Taylor's Superman slipped out of the top 50. Out of the top 50 on the sales chart after issue number 5. Just 5 issues. It's not even in the top 50. The issue where John came out briefly cracked the ICB2 charts top 10 in November. This led him to defend the comic sales. Yeah, briefly. Now it's not even in the top 50. Look at that. Oh my god. It's probably because there's like a number of people were buying it just to see how bad it was. And that's what bumped it up into the top 10. And then like they didn't buy any other copies post that.
Yeah.
I don't believe a story's worth is measured by its sales. Well, it kind of is in a way.
It kind of is. What are you talking about? You can't measure it by its sales.
Yeah.
You measure a level of interest in the story by how many books it sells. That's That's how you measure the success. Like, what are you supposed to be like? I created a button, and I absolutely love the button. I've sold 0 buttons, but
Yeah.
my button is successful because I don't measure its success or its
It's by
worth by the
sales.
sales. So stupid.
Danger hair, Will Robinson. Danger hair. Yeah, his boyfriend has pink hair, which is also on the nose. But our Superman is selling pretty well. Issue number 5, where John Kent came out as bisexual, made the top 10 in comic sales for November, which is, like I said,
Yeah,
most likely because people were buying it to see how bad it was.
it's well, that, and it's like it's like a special issue, right?
Yeah,
something significant happened, so people want to buy
And the
it.
significant thing was he just came out as bisexual, so they can say, "Hey, he still loves chicks, but he's dating a dude exclusively now." So. Superman's son of Kal-El is in the same series that changed the Man of Steel's age-old model to For Truth, Justice, and a Better Tomorrow, and made him a climate activist in a multiverse teeming with hospitable planets and infinite Earths.
Yeah.
The
climate activist makes absolutely no fucking sense, but that's okay. We're gonna keep virtue signaling. Just keep going.
Look at that! Look at that artwork. Look at that! Look at that! The new Aquaman right there. Make Earth cool again. All right.
What is wrong with Aquaman's junk? What's going on?
He has none. I mean, or is that like bulge? What is that supposed to be?
I have no fucking clue. I had to zoom. Like, is his torso super long? What's going on?
It looks like he has a baby pooch.
I know. It looks like it looks like he's wearing a fucking diaper and nobody's.
Well, I'm saying there's like a pooch right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what is going on down there? It looks.
Or pouch, I should say. But at the same time, it looks like, it's like how whenever you wear layers, and it looks like you have like kind of like an inner tube around your waist.
That's what is going on down there? It doesn't even match the rest of his body.
I don't know. That
is so weird.
And that one, like the nose is up there around where the eye is.
God, his artwork is terrible. Look at the person next to Kent's boyfriend.
Like that one there?
No, not that one. The other one.
That one.
When it's like facing the wrong way.
Yeah. It's like, like, hey guys, there's infinite Earths. Like he's like looking up.
This is terrible.
Yeah, this is DC now. I understand. Oh, we missed you too, Michelle. But yeah, this is DC now.
It looks like he has one ball. That's exactly.
It's like one big
ball, like a big bulge. Oh my god! Stop objectifying men, Steph. No, I will. I objectify as much as I want.
Yeah. So we'll objectify as much as we want.
That my eye went straight to it. It.
Well, now that you pointed out, I can't help but look at it.
I know you can't unsee it. That's why I was like,
no, I can't. It just looks like, did they take an anatomy course or anything? I don't know, but it goes into, okay, El Taib is the latest to give Indiegogo a try for his new line of patriotic characters, Truth, Justice, American Way. Okay, talking about Gabe El Taib, who is a colorist who quit in protest.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Since then, he's joined a chorus of outspoken creators critical of DC's woke agenda and corporate policies regarding diversity. And here's like so he's on Indiegogo, and that's his line: Truth, Justice, American Way. All right. So it's Action Comics 1044 is written by Philip Kennedy Johnson and drawn by David Lapham and Riccardo Federici. It's 32 pages with a cover price of $4.99, which is way too expensive for that.
Too much. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy it if it was on clearance, which it will be. Mm-hmm. It'll be like on the free rack. Here you go, free comic.
It'll pretty much be the free comic they give with whatever you purchase. Pretty much, that's what it's gonna like boil down to. But there's Actions 1044, and here's the the one cover art you can get.
I think Stunning and Brave Megatron said something in the chat earlier. He's like, "Good job sucking that dick, son." Like that's what.
Yeah, pretty much. It's again. It's like it's not. It's like coming out. It's like coming out is not an achievement. Like, you don't say good job. You just tell a person I still love you, pretty much. You don't just
I
like,
know.
good job,
It's
son.
like, oh, guess what, parents? I lost my virginity. Like,
Like,
no.
good job.
Well done. Who
Yeah, well,
fucking cares?
they don't. They don't. And
They
it's
don't.
like,
They don't want to know anything about our sex lives. You know what I mean? Like parents, no. Like, okay, like honestly, my grandma's so cute. You know, like she'll just be like, "You love who you ever want. Just keep it to yourself." That's
so yeah. So it's like, it's kind of like the meme where it's like, are you winning, son? It's like, are you still sucking dick, son? Like, that's what it's like. It's like, it's gonna become a meme at this right now. It's like pretty much becoming a meme.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's no way DC can be making money off this bullcrap. They're going to be bankrupt if they keep this up. Yeah, you would think that. You would think that. And I've gotten to a point now where it's like, I'll still, when it's DC versus Marvel. And when I say versus, I mean just lightly. I'm not a diehard, like, I take one or the other pretty much because I've read Marvel. I read Marvel stuff as well. But of the two, I prefer DC. So in a way, I'll still die on the DC hill of preference. But at the same time, I've gotten to a point now where these IPs or these companies kind of need to die and burn to the ground so that someone could buy it up and like resurrect it to where the glory that it used to be, essentially.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that these IPs no longer exist to create stories for our entertainment and enjoyment.
Yeah.
They only exist to further push an agenda, to further their wokeness, to further whatever they're preaching that month. That's it. That's the only reason for their existence nowadays. Until we get past that, until we finally get past that, that's all it's going to be. It's going to just be a mouthpiece for activism. That's it. That's all it's going to be. And that's exactly what we're seeing. That's all it is. That's all it is with these IPs anymore.
Yeah. That's it pretty much. It's been these activists, because these SJWs, they can't create, they can only steal and destroy. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. And it's going to take, like I said, these companies going under. So that way, at some point, that someone or some group can purchase these companies and take them back to what they used to be, without the activism, without the agenda, without any identity politics whatsoever. And I'm talking about politics on either side of the political spectrum. I don't want politics in the entertainment medium.
There's always some form of pulling from and using stuff that's going on as inspiration, right? But it shouldn't be the driving force.
Well, I get that, because like a lot of comics can be social commentaries.
Yeah, there is social commentary in comics, but that's not the driving force right now. Right now, because of all of these people who are just activists nowadays, who are jumping into these mediums for the sole purpose of pushing their agenda. That's all it is, right? That's all it is social activism through or social commentary using this as their platform. Whereas before, like the story, everything would just naturally flow. Everything would just naturally come based on the story, characters, and motivations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's not like, no, we shouldn't have anything political, nothing, no social, not at all. No,
well, they're taking that concept and misconstruing it, because there's comics have always been political, and I'm like, not really. Politics, the politics are allegorical. That's the word you're looking for, because they can pull from what's happening to have a social commentary in their comics, but the comics themselves are not political. They're just commentary on what's going on, basically. And that, again, hence the word allegorical. Pretty much, that's the word that's the word that they're trying to sound like they know what they're talking about, but I'm like, no, you really don't know what you're talking about. When you say comics have always been political, you just reveal how ignorant you are. Pretty much. and you're just basically regurgitating the talking points that you've seen some YouTuber that you agree with spouting, or some journalist that you've seen that you agree with spouting. Like, you're without forming your own opinion. You're just regurgitating those talking points. And I'm like, no, that's not what they've always been. Hey, Biggles.
Yeah, today's Saturday, Biggles.
Today's Saturday.
Did you just wake up from a nap or something?
Probably. But yeah, because it's kind of like, an example of that would be the X-Men. The X-Men were created as as basically as initially as an allegory for what was going on in the 60s with integration and everything like that, and accepting people for who they are and their differences and things like that, without beating you over the head with a bat like this, full on in your face cover like that. Subtle in nature, which is basically how allegories work, and that's what Stan Lee and others did with that line, pretty much. So people coming out and saying that X-Men has always been political, like my point, no, they haven't. Now they're political. Now they're fucking political because they get so fucking on the nose with the identity politics. But if you take where they started, where they originated, no, they weren't. So you can't say they've always been political. You're just going off of the little bandwagon you jumped on 2 years ago and claim that you've always been an X-Men fan. No, you're just a fucking dumbass who is jumping on this trend just because it's trendy. That's what being nerdy has become. It's become trendy. And that's why people are gravitating towards these lines, because they want to be part of that trend. They're not fans. They don't care about this shit. They just want to care about the fact that it puts spotlight back on them, so they can be part of that whatever trend is going on. And if the trend is this, they support that. Or anything like that, because it supports their social narratives already. So, yeah, it's going to be 12 in about 20 minutes. So it'll be Sunday officially in 20 minutes for me. And Countman. You're thrown off on dates because I haven't streamed in 3 days. Well, still, I came off a 7-hour stream from 7:45 p.m. to between 3 and 3:30 a.m. and I still know it's Saturday. Okay. Good night, Arcasul. Got a bounce. Have fun. Good to see you. Yeah, it's become pop culture pretty much. So yeah, but not much more I can say about this. It's stupid. It's not going to sell. It's going to become the free book that comes with whatever purchase you make at the LCS. Yep, and that's it. Oh, if that sucks. I always love Spring Forward. Where's he taking you for your 5-year anniversary? So I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me. I don't think
I want to
I'll be in DC tomorrow to see Rent on tour. Oh, cool.
Wow.
That'd be cool. Yeah, cool husband.
Ooh, I actually like that. I like that. I love musicals, so I like that one. That one's a good
She's
one.
a bigger musical fan
Good
than
song.
I'm not saying I hate I like musicals, but I'm not a big fan.
I love musicals. I'm a big fan.
Good night, Ira.
Big fan. Good night.
All right, so let me just close the Superman one so I don't accidentally open that again. So last topic we have is Halo. So like I said, I'm going from left to right, and we're talking about the Verge article that someone posted the screenshot of, and I'm like, where's this from? Because I want to roast the fuck out of it. And so I have that. All right. Here it is, folks. Here it is. The Halo show is something like the games, and that's why it's good.
Right.
Halo showrunners earned criticism for saying they didn't consider the games. They were right not to. All right. Where have we heard this argument before, chat? Where have we heard this argument before? It's good that they ignored the games. It's good that they ignored the established canon. It's good that they're not focused on the established lore. It's a good thing. Where have we fucking heard that before? Where have we fucking heard that before? by stupid people. Yes, Biggles, by stupid people. After seeing the first episode of Halo, I'm totally on board. I'm a Halo lore hobbyist. Oh, really? Do tell Ms. Osh Parrish. Or Mr. I don't fucking care about your gender. Meaning that while I've enthusiastically experienced the campaigns of Halo's Combat Evolved through Guardians, go on regular Halopedia wiki dives, I'm sure you fucking do, and own a well-loved copy of Eric Nyland's The Fall of Reach, I haven't consumed everything the Halo universe has to offer. Ghost of Onyx, I swear I'll get to you one day. But based on the Halo stories I do know, which is very limited based on what I'm seeing right now, I think Paramount Plus' series offers a far more compelling look at the Master Chief than anything the games have done so far. Same formula, different franchise. Yeah. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Wait, why is no one watching our show? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this too. Cowboy Bebop did it. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah, I got into Halo so I can fight with people. Yeah, pretty much. It's hard translating video games to film and TV. Okay, here, with this short sentence, to play a slight devil's advocate, I do, to an extent, agree with this, only because, like I've stated before in other streams, it is difficult sometimes to translate one medium to another. What works in one doesn't necessarily work in another medium. Case in point, the Cowboy Bebop show that Cowman brought up. Ed, in the anime, the quirky teenage girl, young girl, she's all like, flails her arms and things like that. It works on anime. It works in anime. It does not work in live action. All right, it does not work in live action. So if we're going off that premise, yeah, to an extent, I agree with this. But at the same fucking time, it's not just games. Now, I have the first two here because I'm getting back into reading Halo, but you have The Fall of Reach, which is the first book, and then you have Contact Harvest. And there's way more after these two books and comics. So if it was just the games, I could see this argument. But it's not just the games. You have the book medium as well. So no, this argument is null and void because it's not just the games. It's only recently been done right with Arcane, Castlevania, and the Sonic movie. And the common thread for all these successful titles seems to be chuck out every established story the audience knows and tell a new one. No, not really. Not really the way the Halo did it. Not really the way Halo did it. All right? Halo's showrunner Stephen King said in an interview with Variety that we didn't look at the game. We didn't talk about the game. Well, you knew about the game enough from what I'm hearing to have the overshield sound effects. The shield sound effects whenever they regenerate. You know about that, and then for some reason you made the HUDs blue when they were, because they're blue in the game, but then you have them be orange early on in the episode. So to, I guess, differentiate the different HUD colors, which doesn't make any fucking sense because HUD will stay the same color no matter what. That's the way a heads-up display works. That's what HUD stands for, heads-up display. It's not going to change color from one to the other. We talked about the characters in the world, so I never felt limited by being a game. Again, I can't fucking stress this enough. I'm going to hold these up while I'm reading this article. It's not just a fucking game. Right here, between these two books, you had plenty for, if not all of, most of a first season. Right here, just in these two books. So it's not just games. not just games. Fan films do it better, yes. They make it look good, but they can't write a story. No, they can't. But they could write a story if they were going off of what was established here, which is, again, they're taking characters like Dr. Halsey, like Jacob Keyes and Miranda Keyes. They're getting rid of Blue Team altogether, those characters, and adding in their own little diversity hires for Silver Team because it's not canon. His comments drew criticism from Halo fans on social media, worried that this show was going to look nothing like the games. It doesn't, and that's what makes it really good. I love that the central premise of the first episode has barely anything to do with the fight against the Covenant. It would have been very easy to make a show about the Master Chief with his Blue Team pals running up on the Grave Mind or 343 Guilty Spark. Instead, the entire first episode is all about the friction between the Chief and... Okay, there's no friction between the Chief and his UNSC Masters, not at this point in the timeline. There's no fucking friction. The only friction we would see would be between the Insurrectionists and the UNSC. Because that's what the Spartan program was initially designed for, to take a fight to the Insurrectionists. And then the Covenant showed up and united the Insurrectionists, essentially, and the Spartans, because they were fighting the Covenant that was all about eradicating the human race. That's it. That's where the friction would lie at this point in the timeline. Not between Master Chief and his UNSC Masters. No, you don't call them fucking Masters. It's his higher-ups. That's what you call them, not Masters. I'm getting a headache. You good, Steph? You're muted.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to jump in anytime, because I'm going to be ranting about this pretty much.
I mean, I don't know. I don't play Halo. I never played Halo. I don't know anything about Halo other than, what I've other than like what I mean, I've watched Halo streams, but as far as this, obviously it's just another example of taking over a property in order to tell their story, not necessarily the Halo story, the thing that actually matters, the thing that they're trying to pass off as Halo. So it doesn't really it's never with these types of people, it's never, that want to just use the brand for brand recognition's sake. It's never going to be what you expect. It's never going to be what you want. And this article saying that, like, oh, it's not Halo or whatever, and that's why it's good, is just making excuses for the people who created this trash show. They're making excuses to say, like, these are all the reasons why you should watch it. Please watch it. Please watch it. Nobody's going to watch it. Why? Because it's not Halo. And it's just, yes, I am casual.
Like I was telling her before, like, I'm not expecting her to jump in and like talk about the lore or anything, but at the same time, it's like different franchise, same shit art defense, pretty much.
Yeah, different franchise, same defense. The Last Jedi subverts expectations. That's why it's good. That's why you should watch it. No, it's a trash movie. You're just trying to defend a trash movie because you support whatever message that trash movie is sending. Same thing here.
Yeah, which is like basically saying, like, even like this person who's supposed to be a Halo lore, like, into the Halo lore, is saying that there's friction between Chief and his UNSC Masters, which it wouldn't be Masters, it would be higher ups, pretty much, because it's command. It's a chain of command. But at this point in the timeline, there is no friction. There is no fucking friction between Chief and his Masters. It's like their Silver Timeline version of Chief and his chain of command. So it's, again, it's kind of like pulling from the timeline and at the same time completely fucking up the timeline. A topic that wasn't even broached until Halo 5 Guardians. Yeah, see? Because this is timeline that's before Halo 5. And even then, only in the context of, I must save my AI girlfriend / mom and you won't let me. Which, to be fair to this writer, was kind of like the cringe part of it, but at the same time, it's like they're kind of like doing it from like this bent, and it's like, no, Cortana was just special to him. Like, I'm not saying I'm defending this part of Halo 5, but like Cortana was special to him in a way. So he was going to go against his chain of command to save her. Not because she was his AI girlfriend or anything like stupid shit like that. No, like he just wanted to do it. And so he defied his chain of command. The showrunners were absolutely correct in their choice to not look at the games. And again, they could look at these. They could look at these, the books.
But that would require work and learning about the franchise that you're using. These are lazy people, and they only want to tell. They want to tell a certain. They want to tell a certain story and use the brand in order to do it. They're never going to look into the lore. They're not fans of it. They're never fans of it.
No. I'm saying, like, this writer is claiming to be a fan.
And I'm pretty sure that, I'm pretty sure that, I can't remember who said it, but coming up talking about, like, the creation of the game, didn't they say, like, we didn't really look at Halo much to create, like, the TV show or something?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what this article's like. This writer says here, and that's what they say up here. It says we didn't look at the game.
Yeah,
we didn't even talk about the game. They didn't even look at it.
Yeah, they didn't look at it. They didn't talk about it. They don't care. They don't care. And you know what? If they don't care, neither should we. So fuck that. Fuck the show. No,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even care enough right now to sail the high seas. If that's the attitude the showrunners have, then I'm not going to give this show the time of day. And Lethal's like, he's only doing it, like he's doing it with Epic Mike and Lady Gravemaster, but even he's like sailing the high seas, and even then he wouldn't have done it. But then he was like talking to Mike, and he kind of got pulled into watching the trailer, and he's like, okay, now I have to review this shit, pretty much. But he wasn't going to do it either, and that's because of this shit, this stupidity right here, where you have the showrunner saying we didn't even look at the game. Okay, fine. You don't want to look at the game because you don't want to translate one medium to another medium, because sometimes translating games can be hard. Case in point, or at least doesn't work. Case in point, the Warcraft movie, World of Warcraft movie, or whatever it was supposed to call it. It did not do well. It did not translate well. But you had the books, you had the comics. You could have looked at those.
Yeah,
there are plenty of books that they could have had at least enough. For well more, I say well more than 3 seasons. Well more than 3 seasons. If they just looked at the books alone, they could.
And that would take work.
Seasons.
And that would take work. That would take work on their part. Work that they're not willing to put into it. They're not even willing to like look at the show references, like not the show. I'm sorry. If they aren't even willing to talk about the game or look into the game, play the game, then they're not going to even think about looking into like the books and the lore. That's not what interests these type of people that are telling these types of stories. That's not what interests them. Mm-hmm. What interests them is their take on this IP and to change it according to how they feel it should be. That's their interest. That's their only interest. And anything that comes out now comes out with like an automatic defense, and people who will automatically defend it, like this fucking person right here from The Verge. Everything comes with an automatic like, oh, you don't like it, it's because you're whatever. But it's just like, well, we've had enough of it. If it's not Halo, you're telling us you didn't even care to even play the game, look into the game, then it's not Halo. We're not going to watch it.
It's like this line. It's like this quote right here. This part of this paragraph right here, where it says, "The showrunners were absolutely correct in their choice to not look at the games. The result is a story that asks us to grapple with the very reason Spartans were created. Like I said, they were created for the suppression, repression, and subjugation of not humanity, no, the insurrectionists. So they were like weapons against the insurrectionists. Were humans, and
that's
then
so stupid. The showrunners. That's so fucking dumb.
But it's a premise the games have almost never asked us to interrogate. First off, it's because it's a game. Secondly, I can't stress this fucking enough.
You keep pulling those out, Mara, but they don't fucking care. Look at the first sentence of that paragraph. The showrunners were absolutely correct in their choice to not look at the games. The showrunners didn't even want to look at the games. You really think they're going to take a gander at those books? No, they're not.
Saying,
They
I'm not
don't
saying like, I'm
fucking.
surprised that they didn't
don't
do that.
care.
I'm saying it's like this person's argument, like this is why they're correct because the games never asked us to question that. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I thought you played the games. No, those are the fact that they are the games, and whether or not you thought about that or not, it's all the perspective of the people playing the games. However, they do fucking question it in the books, and I knocked my shit down. But they do fucking bring that up in the books. So it's like, again, like you're supposed to be you're claiming literally in the first paragraph that you're supposed to be this like Halo super fan.
A super fan would
even get that shit right.
A super fan would reject this entirely.
Yes, and you can't even get that right.
A super fan would reject the show entirely because it's not Halo.
Yeah.
And from what everybody has said and what I've read and watched, it's not Halo. But again, it's just like we were talking about DC. You know, it's just like DC. They're just taking all of these IPs and using them as a platform to tell whatever story that they want. Whatever story they feel like they need to get out there to push. They're just going to use all of these different IPs because they already have a built-in audience who will watch it. But from this, the built-in audience is rejecting it completely. So they're like, no, it's not canon. But it doesn't fucking matter because they already have that IP. They're already going to use the IP. Yeah. Just like DC, just like Marvel is doing right now. And Marvel is actively like doing it, which is ridiculous because they had something good going, you know. And they're actively tanking their brand. Like it's just slowly going down in flames. It's crazy to watch it just dissolve into the shit that it is right now. But like, you know, DC, Star Wars, all of those IPs, now Lord of the Rings, all of those IPs, they are just using those IPs with built-in audiences to tell whatever story they want to tell. They don't care about the lore. They don't care about continuity. They don't care about the fan base. They only care about their story and what they have to say and using it as a platform for whatever they have to say.
Pretty much. And again, like, you know, this just a line right here in the same paragraph. Have always been these superhuman killing machines devoid of emotion. No. They were never devoid of emotion. This is like someone that, again, I can't say this without sounding elitist, because I'm a military vet, but there are situations where you can't show emotions. You are going to come across as emotionless, and that's because you have to get the task done. You can't let your emotions override whatever mission you have. But does not mean that they are emotionless. They're not just bred to be killing machines. John Connor, that's Master Chief's name. He has no memory loss, nothing like that. He remembers how he was brought into the Spartan program. He remembers all that shit. So he's not like grappling with like, you know, what's my origin story? Where was I from or anything like that? No. He survived the rigorous training program. He became Master Chief, which means he leads his team into battles, and he can't let his emotions override anything because he has to keep his people safe. He has to fight. Initially, it was the insurrectionists, but then it became fighting the Covenant. So he has to fight the Covenant. He can't be emotional. So you can't say they're just bred to be human killing machines. No, that's their job. And at the same time, they come across as like that, but they're not. Then it says, we have never had the chance to see how the Spartans themselves feel about it. No, we have had a chance. We have had a chance. Again, it's not just the games. You're supposed to be a Halo fucking super fan. It's not just the games. We've had a chance to see what they think. What they think. Master Chief has had to grapple with losing his best friend in combat. We've had a chance to see how they think. But at the same time, you know, we can't bother looking at the games. We can't bother looking at any of the source material. No, we're just going to take this IP, create a whole new timeline, so that gives us basically a blank slate to do whatever the fuck we want with an established intellectual property.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter to them.
Nope.
It doesn't matter to them.
Nope, doesn't. They know exactly what they're doing. Doesn't matter. One bit.
So yeah,
Doesn't matter.
and just that statement right there alone. Again, supposed to be a fan, and you just showed your ignorance. You just showed like right here. I don't believe for 1 second that you're a fan.
Nah, it's a shill. The difference between a fan and a shill. It's a shill.
Thank you. These are my blue light glasses. So yeah, but like this is a shill. This is a shill article. I'm not gonna bother going into all of it because I want to get real fast to the some of the on the Polygon side. So I'm just gonna stop sharing this again. This is 2 shill articles in a row that came out within like short time of each other.
Hi, Disparu.
Yeah, Disparu says, I'm just glad they made a girl who would happily let her father die under a truck, but be the main character. Yeah, again, the focus of the first episode is not even Master Chief, really. It's not even Master Chief. It's this kid he rescues, this young girl he rescues, who has him check his white privilege in the show, pretty much.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm not even really. I didn't even watch the episode, but from what I'm hearing from people, that's pretty much how it went down.
Wow.
And the Halo, this is Polygon. The Halo TV show is the ultimate battle between story and lore. How is there a battle between the two when the lore is part of the story? How is there?
It should say it's the ultimate battle between the showrunners and the fans.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because this person is saying wiping the slate clean had to be done.
No, it didn't. Absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly. They have feelings too. Again, this person, like that first author, was just flat out fucking shilling.
Wiping the slate clean had to be done in order for them to use it as a whatever mouthpiece for whatever they want to preach. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only reason it had to be wiped clean.
Yeah.
You know, whatever they're pushing, I'm not interested in the show. I'm not going to watch the show, but whatever they're pushing in the show, whether it be, all women, strong women, I don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking another, so they're going to have a gay character in it, LGBTQ, whatever they're going to be pushing in the show, it had to be wiped clean in order for them to do that. And that's why they're like adamant about how, oh, it's not canon, but it's not canon. Don't worry, it's not canon. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. You're still taking this name. You're still taking this popular name to draw people in. People who don't know that it's not canon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't fucking matter. They can say it's not canon all they want. It doesn't matter. You're still taking and using something for as your mouthpiece. That's it.
It's like right here. Here's a surprisingly loaded question. What is Halo, Microsoft's hit video game franchise now 21 years running about? Play the games and you'll experience a thin but serviceable science fiction yarn. Again, they're just going off the games. They're just going off the fucking games. About humanity's struggle against an advanced alien collective of religious zealots dedicated to wiping them out, and the cyborg super soldier. He's not a cyborg. He's a super soldier. He's not a fucking cyborg. That is our best hope of stopping them. Okay, fine. It's the Spartan program. He's a Spartan 2. All right? He's an elite super soldier. Spartan 2. Yes, he is going to be our fucking best hope for stopping them. Like, because he's literally trained to be that. It's got just enough moments of grandeur, horror, and a scale to be memorable, and most games end long before you begin to question their intelligence. They're pretty good, is what I'm saying, largely because they keep things moving through serene yet hostile spaces and a hint at a wider conflict in the background. This is how most people understand Halo. It's the spine holding up each game's story campaign, and the loose rationale for the aesthetics of the wildly popular competitive multiplayer portion of the game, or I believe where most Halo fans have long set up shop. However, Halo also has a rich tradition of ancillary media. Do tell. Stacks of books and short films and comics that go much deeper than this. There are stories about the nature of artificial intelligence, war crimes committed for the so-called greater good, aka his UNSC command chain of command, which is like specifically Dr. Halsey. Space operas about a precursor alien species that lived before the ones we meet in the games, and stories about the religious hierarchy of the series villains. It's bonkers stuff. Some of it's surprisingly good, some of it less so. So you just literally brought up that they had a plethora of lore to sift through. But it's good that they wiped the slate clean. It had to be done, folks. This had to be done. So, Halo, the Paramount Plus TV series premiering Thursday, is a continental rift in these two camps: the fans who know all the stuff happening in the greater Halo universe, and the fans who just played the games. It's disconcerting because for the first time in 20 years, it's asking Halo fans to separate story from lore. Again, there is no separation.
Yeah.
The lore makes the story. The lore makes the story. So how is there a separation? It'd be like saying, like the argument for, I can't say this without triggering a certain someone if he's still in the chat, like saying it's separating the lore from the story in Star Wars. The lore makes the story. If George Lucas didn't have the pre-established lore he was going to work with, then we would never have had the original trilogy. It makes the story. You can't separate the two. You can't build a world, which is the story, without any foundation, which is the lore. So where's this asshole coming from?
He's coming from a position of shill.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. So it's pretty much it. And then we had the Moss Silver timeline. Yeah. Where previously fans could engage with the books and the games interchangeably and mostly have neither contradict the other, the show's creation of an independent silver timeline for its events have effectively wiped the slate clean. So why is it good? This can make the show's first episodes feel very weird. I argue it has to be this way, though. Halo, like any TV show, has to tell a story. What the fuck do you call this? And the Halo games' corpus of fiction is not a story, it's lore. My English teacher brain wants to slap this guy through my screen. I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, someone just came into her room. I heard the door squeak. I heard a squeak. She's probably getting her dog, or the cat needs to get out. Have you seen the cat in the background?
Yeah, the cat needed to go out.
Ah, I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, then Rhino appears out of nowhere. Yeah, someone said Star Wars
and the lore.
The lore. But yeah, I'm saying it's like he's trying to use fancy language to distinguish the two, and I'm like, you don't distinguish the two because the two are interchangeable. You can't have one without the other. You can't have one without the other.
Look, there's Rhino.
What? I knew it. I knew it. He was lurking in the chat. I fucking knew it. Oh my god. I'm saying, but like again, like you can't have one without the other. You can't have one without the other. And the only argument you could make here is that the games don't delve deeply into the story. They don't delve too deeply into the story because at their core, they are games. You're not, and they're not exactly supposed to be like open world necessarily RPGs, even within the campaigns. You're a specific focus. You're a first person shooter. So you have a specific path that you have to take, pretty much. So you're not going to focus too much on story because it's the gameplay that has to factor in. However, again, you can't have one without the other. If a person just stood by a door and demanded you open it, you'd shout at them, but pets instantly get what they want. Yeah, I just say fuck off. I say fuck
yes,
off.
Absolutely. Your pets get what they want.
Yeah.
Yes, they're gentle creatures.
My dog, if I have my door open, my dog is smart enough to know that she can push it open with her nose and come in, but she'll still stand outside and cry and make me get up and go open the door for her so she can come in. So, so I'll do that for her, but fuck anybody else. Like you have hands, open the door.
Yeah, mine are the same way. I shut the door, close, but I'll occasionally hear them scratching on the door. Like, I want to come in. Yeah. But see, I don't let them in when I'm streaming because when I'm not, my door's open. They just go in and out. And I've done it before where like they'll be in here, I'll let them in, and they want to go right back out.
Yeah.
So
well, that's kind of like the same thing with my dog. She'll stay on the bed if I'm streaming here, like this on YouTube. But if I'm like streaming on Twitch where I'm playing a game, she's associated that with like me cursing a lot, and she's a delicate flower, so she can't stay on the bed while I'm cursing because then she thinks I'm mad at her.
Yeah, same with Harley. Not so much with Georgie. Georgie doesn't care. But Harley, like if I'm playing Mario Kart and I get upset or whatever and he's here, he's like, I want to get out of here. I want to leave. Get me out of here.
She can't be around me when I'm doing and again, like I'm not even yelling at her, but because of that, she's like, I can't be around.
Georgie will just lie down and go to sleep or something, or he'll want to leave, just to go be with Harley, but he doesn't really care.
No. But I guess I'm not going to get too, because then like the shills are coming out.
Automatic defense of this material. Why? Because it pushes their agenda, and they will fucking shill for that shit. They will shill for that shit. They have no integrity anymore. No integrity.
Yeah, none whatsoever. Any journalistic integrity like went out the door like before I say like, even before the 2000s, but still, like definitely now. You can't trust anything that most journalists write nowadays because it's written in a sense to get whatever perks that they can get, whether it's early access, whether it's I like to think like passes to a premiere or like things like that. They do this so they can keep those coming, pretty much.
Yeah,
you can't trust them.
Nope.
But anyway, those are the topics I had. I didn't want to get too far into the articles because it's like even because if we were to talk about Halo lore, that would be like a stream in itself. So I'm not going to do that. But I figured talk about how the shills are starting to come out now.
It's an automatic defense system for these crap shows.
Yeah, so I'm saying, and they're going to keep coming out because you're going to have the people break, like, Lethal, for example, like said, he's going to do a stream tomorrow with Epic Mike and Lady Gravemaster breaking down the first episode, and they're going to be doing these pretty much for the entirety of the first season. So the more people talk about the show, the more the shows are going to come out and say and talk about toxic fandoms. Like, you just wait. That right there on the back burner. They're just waiting for people to start talking about it, and they're going to come out with articles about how toxic the Halo fandom is. Just wait.
Yep.
Just fucking wait.
Winky, Wanky, Woo. My dogs do not have porn star names. Harley is named after Harley Quinn, and Georgie is from the character from It.
Yeah. So Harley and Georgie. And my dog is named Wendy. And the cat that you just saw go out of the room, I had to let out of the room, was Sugar. So, she and her brother.
See, those sound like porn star names.
Well, we named her because of her sweet personality, and we adopted. We brought her in with her brother Spike. So it's Sugar and Spike. Okay, those are porn star names. Sorry, that's like a porn star couple.
I wanted to name Georgie Quinn, so I'd have Harley Quinn, Harley and Quinn. But I didn't. We went with Georgie. At the time that I had my pets, when I first got my pets, they weren't just my pets. I shared them with someone else. So, yeah.
But they're so cute. Regardless of the reason why you name them, they're not porn star names. They're cute names, and they're cute dogs.
They are. They're adorable. They're mine. I want a turtle now.
I just love that. I love that transition. They're mine, and I want a turtle. I just love that transition. But anyway, again, we are back for an episode of Talking Nerdy to Us. It'll be on Steph's channel next week.
Yeah.
And then the following week will be back on my channel, and it'll be a combo Talking Nerdy to Us birthday stream. So I'll be ringing in my birthday, because my birthday is actually on Sunday, but we go until midnight my time. So it'll officially become my birthday time when we end Talking Nerdy to Us. So that's going to be my plan, pretty much. I'm going to send out invites to people like the week leading up to it. So I have being a bit more guests on to talk about pop culture and cringe. Hopefully there's fun stuff to talk about, because as much as I will go into talking about these topics, I don't want to be. I'm not highlighting that fucking comment, Winky Wakey Woo. I'm not that old. Don't give Stieg ammunition. But okay,
Let's end the stream on a good note.
Mhm.
On a good
Yeah.
note.
Before we play this, because I'm going to end the stream with this, Steph, let everybody know again where they can find you.
You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, all at the same name, My Nerdy Home.
And I'll
yeah.
subvert your expectations, Max. I will
Hi,
highlight
Max.
Max. But yes.
And I'll be over here if you want. Go and watch Ryan play Elden Ring. So many people are playing Elden Ring right now.
Yeah, Mr. Insanity asked when I was going to play it again, and I said, okay, I don't know about next week because I'm taking like days off from Twitch to kind of recharge my batteries. So we'll see how I feel come next Friday, but definitely the 8th. Like when I'm back into my normal Twitch schedule, I'll do a grind stream with Elden Ring, but by creating a new character and everything, like all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So that's where you can find Steph. Me, you can normally find here, and I've had to take a hiatus from uploading videos. What I'm going to do next week, because I'm not going to be streaming as much on Twitch, and that is figuring out how to make some of my clips from Twitch into shorts to post on YouTube, so there is some content at least on my channel. But I'm student teaching. But I'm student teaching, so my days are pretty much shot. I get up at 5 each morning. I'm gone until like 3 p.m. thereabouts, and then whatever I'm not able to do during the day because I'm at the school, I have to do in the afternoon before dinner, then have dinner, then do work on lesson plans and all that fun stuff, pretty much.
Sounds great.
Pretty much. So that's why I had to take a hiatus from uploading videos, but since I'm taking the next week off a little bit, I'm going to be doing that because Trey Courtney, he's not in the chat anymore because he's with his girl, but he's been been really good at making clips during my Horizon Forbidden West streams. So I'm going to take those and some of my Splitgate clips and post them on YouTube. And again, don't worry, I will be back on Twitch. It's just next week I got to take time to recharge my batteries and do a little bit of reset so I don't get burnt out with streaming every night, pretty much. So you can find me, and my Twitch handle is Jade_Fire. I'm the one with the branding problem because I was going with Mara Jade ships from Star Wars, and I was still talking about it. So Jade Shadow is one of her ships. Jade Fire is another one, and that's what I was going with. So, but that's where else you can find me. You can also find me typically modding for Lethal Streams, who just again appeared in the chat with a super sticker, and it is hold on. I gotta scroll down.
Oh, it's a pair giving a thumbs up.
Thank you for the pair super sticker, Lethal. Very much appreciate that. And that's like again like
I said oi stuff. I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
I laugh because that's funny. Because you would never.
Oh well. No, I wouldn't put it past him. He threatens me all the time.
He's Whittle.
He's Whittle. He is Whittle. He is Whittle.
But yes, let's end on a good note.
Yeah. So later, people, we're gonna play this, and then I'll play the outro, and we'll see you again next week.
Ryan is currently getting wrecked. So here, link is in the chat. Do a nerdy talk. I'm sorry,
a
talk nerdy raid. Do a talk nerdy raid at the end of the stream.
Mm-hmm.
The full Aussie is back for you Americans, us Americans. I'm saying you next Saturday. Bye, guys.
Bye.
You were thinking I died. Big surprise, I still got them double thick thighs. French fries, I get down and gobble gobble up. With my booty up, she be going wobble wobble up. Here's a big duck, slide slide in the peanut butter. Don't sucker, who actually regrets me. My mother, I made us with a boredom. Betrayer, you nothing but a hater. Cloud chaser, favorite Twitch star. You hee-haw, motherfucker with his mugshot. Eat a monster. Now I TikTok I'll be Sims always talking shit, yada yada yada. When you see me, what you talking about? Little beast round, when I can tell you word now. I got no cloud, yeah, you whip it up your ass out. You were thinking I died, big surprise, I still got.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.